Sources in the inside. As I say, lichtig vadoi. First pasuk in the Aseres Hadibris. Anoich Hashem alakecha asher tzichem eretz Mitzrayim bebeis avodim. As I sent out from the, this is a sicha from Tav Shalamet and Likutei sichos Kelek Chavov Pashas Yisro. Rashi says asher tzichem eretz Mitzrayim kedai etzah shetim meshub adam li. It was worthwhile to take out of Mitzrayim, so you're meshubed, you're my servants. On the Yam, the Eibishter looked like a Gibur. He's doing Mohammed. Here, he looked like a Zokan Malay Rachmim. Pishenemar in Vesachas Raglo Kemai Selibnas Asapir. That Eibishter revealed in the day 5 before they gave the Torah, under his feet, they were able to see that under the Eibishter's feet, the Eibishter put like a Livnas Asapir, like a brick. So you're going to say, I look differently. Here, one day I look like a Gibber Muhammad, and here I look like a Zakam al-Rachem. Don't say that there is two bosses. It's the same Eibishter, which is it's the same thing. Probably Valayom is because it says that the Eibishter, the Eden were able to say Zekel, they were able to point and see the Eibishter. So just like you saw me on the Yam, this is the Eibishter. Don't Chas v'Shalom make a mistake and say the Shtei Rishus. A third thing Rashi says, and Seres Dibis, they heard a lot of voices. Shenemar that there were sounds coming from four corners of the earth, from heaven, from earth. All time, but don't say the Shus Harbain. But you should know that it's one Eibishter. Why did he say Loshen Yochid? It's the Eibishter of all the Jewish people. That Eibishter wanted to open up something for Moshe Rabbeinu, that he should be able to defend the Jews in the Egel. The Moshe says, why are you angry at the Jews? They did nothing wrong. You didn't tell them they shouldn't have other gods. And little Levada, you told me. And you said it's singular. So you never told them not to have other gods. Three pshatim. Very nice. Let's read a little piece of Ibn Ezra. I love this piece of Ibn Ezra, just the way he starts. Shalani Rabbi Yehuda Alevi Menochasai Kovid. These are Pasha from the first commentaries. Rabbi Yehuda Alevi. Yeah, I mean, these are the early, from the early Chachamim in Spain.
The one who wrote the Kuzari.
Presumably, they were relatives. I think they were brother-in-laws or something. Brother-in-law. Ibn Ezra was a brother-in-law to Rabbi Yehuda Alevi. So they were walking home in Pashas Yisro from Shul in Barcelona, and Rabbi Yehuda Alevi turned to his brother and said, I have a question. Anoich Hashem Alakecha, Asher Tzichem Eretz Mitzrayim, V'lomer Shetzis Shemayim Haaretz. V'ani is a sicha. When God introduces Himself to the world in the Ten Commandments, can you pass it to Aaron? Sure. We're just talking about Aaron Alevi. Shalani Rabbi Yehuda Alevi, Aaron Alevi. Nechosei Kovet. God introduces Himself to the world. He should say, I am the Lord your God who created you and made heaven and earth. Why did He just introduce Himself? As I says, came out of Adam Shabbos when Manasam Balibam, Shemamin of Bishamanich, but Kirabim, Mamamin, Mashmas, Naim Shemalim, Adenim Kocha, Lamaila, Mehem, Shiroz, Kost Liberation of Sashem, Moshe, Vim Yave Pekoidis Lara, Rekena, Lakim, Misima Yodam Lapiam, Kilo Yodel Hoshiv, Asher Nasa Libelim with Chokmas, Shem Kamar Milas, Lalas Bahem, Al Makayim Cheftzai, Yaker, Maisa Hashem, Betchunois, Betzmochem, Bachais, Beguf Adam, Atzma, Sheda, Maisa, Kol Ever, Ve'ever, Lafia Tolda. It's remarkable. To many of the Rishonim, science was a way to understand God. Just, see in the Rambam, in Ibn Ezra, and many others. So a person that sees how intelligent the world is, that unbelievable intelligent design of the world, will realize that this has to be, it's so sophisticated, there has to be a Rebbeinu Shalom. Lama hoysa al zoyis am skoines. V'yig b'li b'achar ken l'das divre galgalam sh'mayis Hashem b'olam. Hem tzoy shoyim ed v'yeda zman moser taktir Hashem asher lavona v'kama yikter Hashem sh'mimena v'gam yeda lavona lama niktera migodam la. V'chol eilu yeda b'raiz gemuris sh'emam sofik. So a person that understands scientifically what's going on, thank you, sees the Eibishter with unbelievable clarity. Madak Hashem yeda maskelas Hashem. When you know the ways of the Eibishter, the way and the complexity of the world, know the Eibishter. In Hashem anicht b'tizkir b'dibur ha'alaf ha'neichel Shem alakecha v'zelo yuchel ha'oven rak mishu choch mufla. Ki kvar pirashtu perik v'pashat v'ela shmoitz kizeh Hashem v'vadu ha'em b'bloshin v'en zelos ha'sher chanad v'lokum ha'yoshev ke'ekedem selo mamid ha'elam alim b'koichoi v'olam emtzoi b'koich Hashem ha'maloch v'akdoshim shebe'elam alim וזה העולם השפל שון הבא מעמדי בכוח השם בכוח שתי העולם הסליונים והנה יספיק למסקל בכל גוי דיבור אנוכי השם כי עשי השמיים והארץ היום קורב מ-15,000 שנה. It's already 5,000. I mean now it's much more than 5,000 years. ישראל לבד המוידם בזה כך מאומס אין המקרישן כשם הוא לבד האיס השמיים והארץ יקברים כשם האיס התודה בלי רשת ואחרת והנה השם האיס מצרים עד שיצאים משם ליסלם ללהים תוך המאמרישה ניסי לכם לא ולקחת לגוי הטעם כי השם עושה בישראל מה שעושה לכל גוי מה שלא יעשה לכל גוי כי השם בורא העולם המצוי והוא מוישה לעולם השפל כפי מה שיש במערכת מזל al kol mazel kol am mituv oira kem yikrenu ken chelek lahem Hashem v'hine hoyse b'merechas Yisrael kefi koich v'mazal amlius oid avodim v'Hashem b'koichei l'man avas avas is chidush oisis v'olam hashafel shelo yoy b'mshelos olam hamtzoi v'oitz Yisrael merishus hamazolos liyoyis v'olam ham nachla v'avur zeh amr kadmonenu ein mazel Yisrael. He said so many fancy words. What the heck is he saying? So, I mean, besides several, there's a couple of moving parts over here saying about, if a person looks at how intelligent the world is, find the Eibishter, there's like that there's a mazel, there's like what he calls Olam Hamtzoi, and the Eibishter was kind to the Jew and ripped him out from the Olam Hamtzoi, and even though they deserved to be avodim for a longer time, so but what is he saying? So, he's saying a very simple thing. Why is a lekecha? Why am I the God of the Jewish people? Why am I the God of the Jewish people? I'm the God of the universe. But our entire universe knows the Eibishter with certain limitations. Some don't know him, and some do know him. And even if they know him, there is a olam, what he calls olam hamtzoi, mazolos, and they have a relationship with Hashem which is limited. But the Bnei Yisrael, Am Keroivoi, that the Eibishter ripped them out, Ein Mazel Yisrael, that he made a special relationship with the Jews. So the Eibishter wants to introduce himself to the Yidden, Anoiche Hashem Alekecho, not Alekei Oilam, Alekecho, the God of the Jewish people. What do you mean, God of the Jewish people? I created heaven and earth. I'm the God of Adam and Eve, also of Cain and Abel. So why am I not? Why am I only the Rebbeinu Shalom of Elikecho Bnei Yisrael Am Keroiva? So he said, "Asher sichos mi'eretz Mitzrayim." Only you I took out from the land of Egypt, and I ripped you out from under the hand of the Mazolos to have a special relationship with me, direct call with me. But with the rest of the world, it's not that way. That's why Anoichi Hashem Elikecho. Why Elikecho? Asher tzichem meretz Mitzrayim. That's what Pashas would be. Ibn Ezra answered to the Yehuda Levi.
And this whole thing that's for the Kuzari. Like the Kuzari is built upon this whole sheet.
So he's saying he really heard what were they brother-in-laws? What is some kiva mishpachtit between the two?
I don't know.
Okay. Mizrahi. Oh, you see?
I made it.
Not every week do we quote you. It's Latavad your
Special.
Yeah. Exactly. So the Mizrahi says, Asher Tisichem Eretz Mitzrayim, Gedai Hitzo Shetim Shabadim Li. Pirish, Masha Tole Lekuse Bitzis Mitzrayim V'Omer Asher Tisicha V'Lo Yomar Asher Baros Shemayim Ve'Oretz. Same question that Rabbi Yehuda Halevi asked, even Ezer. Why is Abish introducing himself the first time and saying Anoich Hashem Alakecha? And instead of saying Asher Baros Shemayim Ve'Oretz, he says Asher Tisicha Eretz Mitzrayim. So the answer is Lo Yomar Asher Baros Shemayim Ve'Oretz V'Chol Hashem Mipnei Shal Yedei Hayitzom Mitzrayim Yois Lahem Avodim Zocha Bahem Lis Meshuvadim Loi V'Elekeyim. Can go so very sure. It says Yes Kamenetz Mitzrayim Deis Lechem Lekim Ani Hashem Lekech. Okay. So Bekitzer the Sichot. Okay. So the Rebbe is bothered. First of all, why Rashi needs three pshatim, so complicated. And the first pshat, Rashi quotes and gives away a lot of times. What Rashi wants is he doesn't quote Anoich Hashem Alakecha. He doesn't quote Beis Avodim. Only the words Asher Tzich Meretz Mitzrayim. So something's bothering him with these words. What's odd in Rashi is these words Kedai hi hayitzah shetiyu meshubodim li. First of all, says the Rebbe. Yeah, he doesn't mention Avodim, the special diuk meshubodim. Well, first of all, the Pshat, the Ibn Ezra's teretz is better than Rashi's teretz. Ibn Ezra gesagt azach. It says, Anoich Hashem Elokecha, I'm the God of the Jewish people. So for this he answered, what my special relationship with the Jewish people? I created heaven and earth and everything. But the Yidden is a Tzichem and to have a special relationship with the Jews. Why does Rashi have to say a different teretz? The Ibn Ezra's teretz is more gishmak. And B'chlal, if you want to know what's the connection of Yitzias Mitzrayim and Matan Torah, it's been said so many times. The Pasha Shmois Rashi says, "B'tziachas Mitzrayim Tavan Lokim Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to know why are they going out of Mitzrayim. So David said they're going out of Mitzrayim because I want them to be my nation, and that's the sichos, and that's sichos they're going out of Mitzrayim. Furthermore, in Pasha's Veda it says, "L'chein Amar L'Bnei Yisrael V'Yitzei Eschem Matak L'Sivlos Mitzrayim L'Kachti Eschem Lilam V'Yisel L'Chem L'Lokim V'Yodem Mitzrayim Keni Hashem V'Yitzei Eschem Matak L'Sivlos Mitzrayim." Why am I going to take you out as a nation? Why? I'm going to take you out in order to give you the Torah, be your God. Furthermore, in this Parsha Gufa, in Yisro, the Achonos Matan Torah, it says that the Eibusha told Moshe to tell the Jews, it was the Eibusha made a miracle that the Eden from all the Mitzrayim came like this, Kehedifying to one spot, to one depot. From there, they're going to go out to Mitzrayim. And the Eibusha says, you know what? For one reason, the Eibusha said, you should know, I took you out of Mitzrayim with miraculous actions, and that was for the purpose of giving you the Torah. So, what's the mitnamol da nisradish geworden? So the Rebbe turns it on his head. The Rebbe says, that's talk bothering Rashi. Let's talk about bothering Rashi. Since we already said, Ben Chomesh says, Rebbe, I don't understand. In Pashas, in Shmois, Va'eda, Boy, Meshalach, in Yisro, we keep on, the Psukim keep on saying, the Eibusha says, I'm taking you out of Mitzrayim in order to give you the Torah. So what's the mitnamol, the Eibusha is Machadash, Anoich Hashem Lakecha.
That was saying as a mitzvah. All the previous times you said it as
a piece of information. Now it's the real deal. For the old till now
deal.
That's what Rashi's answer. Rashi's answer is a totally different deal. What's the different deal? So the deal is like this. The word mishubadim is a beautiful chiddush there, but what does it mean? The person's mishubad,
Not slave.
It's more than a slave. Slave can get shlofen at night when he goes to sleep. When a person the lamazogim is meshubed, person took debt, he thought he's going to invest in a business, but then agvir shtetl. He took loans for a couple $1 million. He bought merchandise in China, and he thought the holiday season he's going to make and he became now unbelievable Baal Choiv. Now He's schlaft nicht, esst nicht by Tag, by Nacht, he's meshubed. But the concept of shibud, it comes from choiv. A lot of times in choivis, the zakark is meshubed, the metaltam is meshubed, the person is meshubed. Shibud usually is about choiv, is meshubed. So shibud is a very, 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 no one wants to have a shibud. You want to do your work 9 to 5, you want to go to sleep, you want to learn chitas, Rambam. No one ever chas v'shalom wants to be in their life meshubed to anyone. Shibud is a very, very tough thing. It's a very, very strong thing. That's that Rashi is saying over here. Taka, that's the lotion. Kedai hi aitzah shatim meshubadim li. Till now, Rashi said avodim, and also amanas keino. It says yeschem. It's a reason. Why did I take you? There's two things. I took you out of Mitzrayim. Why? Why? In order to give you the Torah that you're going to be my avodim. Here, Rashi is saying sananda zach. Anoich Hashem alekecha. Number one. Anoich Hashem alekecha. What is alekecha? That I'm your God, so therefore you have to accept my kebalta malchuse kablu gzeiroise. That's number one. Sheroitze meretz Mitzrayim is not a reason. It's a new thing. That kedai hiya itzoah shetiyim meshubodim li. That now the yidna meshubed to the Eibishter. What's a shibud? It's more than avdus. That by day, by night, they're meshubed. Huh?
That's what we say in the
It's interesting that Rebbe points out that Chazal and Rashi B'chlolam, the Rebbe brings like 10 places where Rashi brings Shibud Mitzrayim. Shibud Mitzrayim. The Rebbe says it's Mida Keneged Mida. The Yidden were in Mitzrayim, Asher Etzisichem Eretz Mitzrayim Beis Avodim. Just like Eretz Mitzrayim was a place that wasn't stam.
The Egyptian, he should be Meshubah to me.
Exactly. They didn't let them tichbad avoid ala noshim, was avoidus pereh. So it wasn't stama avdus. Mitzrayim ein eved yochel levrech misham. In Mitzrayim, it wasn't stama regular avdus. Until they abolished slavery, there were slaves. They worked a couple of days, gigambit a couple of days. The slaves are slaves. We just had recently in the Rambam that a person claims that this slave, he's a Slav, and he steals, so the Cheskas, all slaves are that type of people. You can't say that's a Mekach Toz. What did you think? What did you think? You bought you bought a slave. What do you think? But Neretz Mitzrayim, the Shibud was unbelievable. It wasn't a regular Avdus. They were Meshubadim. So Mida Keneged Mida. So besides saying Anoich Hashem, it's not a reason. Till now we said a reason. Why am I going to take out Mitzrayim? On Parsha B'Chutloisa we say, Rashi says, Ani Hashem Alekech v'sher tzeitzach meretz Mitzrayim le'yisl Hashem Elokim. So Rashi says, it's a Tanai. I took out of Mitzrayim in order that you should accept my mitzvahs. It's not a Tanai. It's a different thing. Anoich Hashem Alekech. Therefore, I'm the Odon and you're the Yevet. Then Rashi says, Asher Yitzisichem Eretz Mitzrayim. Anai Azach. That Kedai, this going out of Mitzrayim, just like your Meshubed, the party Melech Mitzrayim, a Yid is Meshubed, Avodas Hashem is not like a Eved. He goes to sleep by night, he has nothing on his head. It's like the guy who took a couple $1 million to invest, and everything went belly up, and now he has to figure out how to give back his loans. By the way, it's only a new thing in the new world that a person could declare bankruptcy. In the old world, till he came to the United States. Well,
they'll kill him.
Yeah, but
don't pay back. No, they'll kill him.
Exactly. Dead or prison. They could kill too. That was again. So the Chachoiv was unbelievable shibud. It's a shibud.
Torah talks about becoming an Eved Ivri. It doesn't talk about
that. Shibud is a very strong thing. And Rashi is saying that besides the fact that Anoich Hashem Alekecha sollst du wissen that there's a separate thing, that the pasuk that bothering Rashi is not why did Hashem introduce himself today with Asher Sheret Tzeichah Mitzrayim. He didn't say Asher Baruch Shemayim Baretz, because that, like the Ibn answer to Rabbi Yehuda Levi, it's a very valid answer. It's a very it's a very good answer. But what's bothering the Shaila? The bothering the child is we already learned in Parsha Shmois Va'era Boy B'Shalach Yisrael. We already know that Eibishter said so many times, I'm taking you out of Mitzrayim, and the condition is you're going to accept my Torah. So why, when the opening words of Aseret Sadibis, Anoich Hashem Alekecha, Asher Yitzisicha, Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Rashi is Mechadish, Asher Yitzchak Eretz Mitzrayim is not an Sinas Tam. It's a new order. It's a new thing. Noich Hashem Elokecha, I'm your Odom. Asher Yitzchak Eretz Mitzrayim, you're Meshubad Li. Now, that's why Rashi brings another two pshat. Because Bemis is in Pshut Shemikah a little bit missing salt and pepper. Because what do you mean? The pasuk Asher says Anoich Hashem Elokecha. Asher usually means a reason. Usually when you say a pasuk, there's 5 words, and then there's Asher, and there's another 5 words. The second 5 words is a reason for the first 5 words. Usually we say, if you say Anoich Hashem Elokecha, Asher, Yitzchak Eretz Mitzrayim, and Beis Avodim. So the second half of the pasuk is the tam for the first half of the pasuk. So it's bothering Rashi. So even though Rashi thinks that Be'etzim, his first pshat is the best pshat, fourth, Kedarkesh Rashi, if this is missing salt and pepper, he'll bring more pshatim. So therefore he says that Takazai. So this first pshat is part of Yosef pshat. The other 2 pshatim that Rashi bring, because the first pshat takes away the Asher. Because now it's not that we're saying I took you out of why should you listen to me? Because it's no, it's a new thing. I'm your melech. And another thing is you're meshubedly. But what's the Asher? Therefore, Rashi brings another 2 pshatim, which them is a little less than Pshut Shel Mikra, which is that in Gufa Nogaf L'Mitzrayim Rafal Yisrael, it's not such a pella that they saw that it was choshech for the Mitzrayim, it was good for the Yidden. He knows that ever said, even a child knows that one day his father gives him a prize, one day his father gives him a punishment. That's the same father. He doesn't make a mistake that it's a different father. He knows when he deserves a prize, his father smiles to him and gives him a prize. And when he get really his father really nervous. So
You know, that's in the Kuzari, he goes into this a lot. Explaining the whole thing, why the difference, even though he was not a Mitibal Rabbi, but it's not Salti Kabbalah Daka. The difference between Yud and Elohim. Elohim is Teva. God created the world. But Yud means like that's his name. So like the Goyim, like Paro knew Elohim.
That is Hashem, yeah.
Right, because like Havayah is that's what God relates to us first on a personal level. Like I've got to speak to him like by his name. Like he's our God.
So that's developing this idea that that's developing this thought of the teretz of the Ibn Ezra. So that's why Rashi likes the Ibn Ezra teretz. The first thing Rashi saying is Anoichi and the Shirtzesicha is a Chidush. Shirtzesicha is Meshubadim, but it's missing a little bit. So Rashi says that the Yidden might have a taina. They understand the Mitzrayim Nogah from Mitzrayim Rafal Yisro is not a kasha Shnei Reshuyos. But when it was Nigla Aleim, and over here the Eibishter was Kegibur, and over there it was Ke'av Rachman. When it was Nigla Aleim, so Shaloi Toimru, so the Eibishter says Asher, Anoich Hashem Elokecha Asher Yitzchak. It's the same Eibishter. Don't say when I'm Nigla Aleim Ke'av Zoken or Nigla Aleim Kegibur Oisam Elchama. Chas v'shalom, you should make a mistake of Avodah Zarah. And the second Devarach is also really another thing of a mistake that they could make. Chas v'shalom and Avodah Zarah. And the Eibishter said, Anoich Hashem Elokecha Asher. This Asher is taken. Now, according to the second and third pshat, the Asher is taken as sinas tam. The first and the second half of Pasuk are glued together with the word Asher. Anoich Hashem Elokecha Lashon Yochid. Asher Shaloi Toimru. Don't say this. It's the Zalba Eibishter, which was Nigla Aleim Berachamim. Now B'Shas Matan Torah, and he was Megala Tachas Seragel of Kelivna Sasaper. That's the same Eibishter, which when they went out of Mitzrayim was Nigla Aleim Kegibur Oisam Olchama. So therefore, don't make a mistake and say Shtei Reshuyos. And the same thing when you hear a lot of voice, don't say the Shtei Reshuyos. Okay.
It's the same thing like you told Moshe Rabbeinu to take the stick. They shouldn't say the stick only doing bad things.
Yeah.
The same stick that you think doing bad could also do good.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm the one that makes the stick to be very good.
Right. It's the Zalba Eibishter, which is Kegibur, the same Eibishter. Okay. The Rebbe is Messiah, the Sichim, and Hamor de Kevort. So anyway, so summarize. So according to the first pshat in Rashi, what's bothering Rashi is that why are you telling me a reason? We said this already 5 times in every parsha. Answer is that's not in the sinas time. It's a new thing. So therefore, I'm your Abishter, and you have to listen to me. And that listening is not just like a evid. It's much deeper. It's a shibud. Ayid b'chol yoyin b'chol laila. He's always meshubat to the Abishter. B'chol derech echad b'chol masach shem shemayim. Ayid is always meshubat to the Abishter. You finished. You finish your chitas yirama. Learn another sikh. Learn a kapitel tillim. Do something else. Get busy. Get busy with something else. Exactly.
The pasuk says,
There's
no time off.
There's no time off. The second and third shot is to connect, but according to the first shot, it's not in sinas tam. What's the asher? So the second, third shot is takad asher. And don't tell me the Shiur Yisro, the Zalba Ebishter you saw just now. Have zokin is the Zalba Ebishter, which is Gibber. Anyway, what's the lesson? The lesson is that the end of Rashi says Amor de Kavod. The Ebishter wrote, and Rashi says really it was a trick. That the Eibishter knew that there's going to be Yidden that are going to do Avodah Zorah, the Egel. If the Eibishter wanted that Moshe Rabbeinu should be able to say, like, no, it's not fear, it's an Aguria, Klal Yisrael. So it's a moediga thing. That Eibishter was L'choyre Meshana on the way he was supposed to write the first Pasuk Maseres Adibris in order to be Malamet Spuz for a couple of Jews, not every Jew to sin with the Egel. But for those Jews that sinned with the Egel, the Eibishter wanted the Moshe Rabbeinu should have peace compared to Sanaguria. Oh, so the Rebbe says that teaches us the chshuvas for Yed Yid to Malamet Schus, what we do to go out of our way. Malachas kamen v'kamen v'dereinu, was Ruben kekulim von die welke medaf mekarev sein zu Yiddishkeit, seine begede von Pneuke shenishbala bein hakum. They're not these bad guys that are really making the Egel. Darf man gefinnen drochim zu der Gein l'chol achem v'achem Yisrael. Have to find a way to reach every single Yid. Okay? Maybe shall often.
He said something by the Amalek, yeah.
Huh?
He said the same word he said by the Amalek.
Yeah.
Who is the Jewish people that Amalek
These are those people that went out of the honor.
but nevertheless go out and help them.
Okay, there's a few minutes now. The Tzelt Hashem Maisa. From one of the Talmidim of Rabbi Lamelech of Lezhensk, that he had one of his Talmidim. I mean, the Melech of Lezhensk, because really all the Polish Rebbes really all go back to the Melech of Lezhensk. He powered the Maggid single-handedly, like made that whole all the. So there was a klois. There was a klois in Brod. There were big misnagdim in Brod, as we know from the Baal Shem Tov. There was a story that Baal Shem Tov once went to Brod, and they were throwing rocks at him. It was a famous klois, Reb Chaim Tzanzer, not the Rebbe Reb Chaim Tzanzer, but the Chuvas Noid Yehuda. You see Chuvas from Reb Chaim Tzanzer from the klois in Brod. So the Baal Shem Tov, the Talmidim Baal Shem Tov, the Baal Shem Tov told them, don't worry, he's throwing rocks l'shem shamayim. These rocks are l'shem shamayim. And so in the klois, two generations later, so the Rav of the klois was a Moshe Leib. He was a Goen Gadol, and he ran the yeshiva in the klois in Brod. And there was the Gabbai who was running, who was actually paying from his pocket for everything. Ayit, Geisen of Yidel. And Reb Yidel's daughter was Rachman al-Itzlan Achoyla, and she was going to die, and Nishka visst what to do. So the people told him he should go to Lezhensk. Go to Lezhensk, there's a tzaddik, Rebbe Lamelech of Lezhensk. They went to Lezhensk, and tzaddik told his Rebbe, it's a machna b'sel kasha, just Shabashira, yeah? You had some kasha for Shabashira? No? Not kasha? You have to make it up.
Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah, okay. So if kasha, so he told the Rebbe to make some kasha, and she fed the child the kasha, when the child first was eating a little bit, and then mamish, miraculously, by the time she finished the bowl of kasha, she was healed. So the Beadle came back, he told his Rebbe, Moshe Leib, he said, you got to go check out this guy. No, Miss Nagin, you got to check him out. This is Yeah, this Ravidl is supporting him. So Sinashtanginam is Meshubit. He can't not go. So he went to Lezhensk for Shabbos. Before Shabbos, he went to give Shulam to the Melech. So the Melech said, I want to tell you a story. There was once a hunter, and the hunter was Mamash Lahafli. He was able to catch any and every animal. He heard there was a place, there was a lion. This was a very shrewd lion. This lion was killing people, and he could never catch this lion. He already killed so many people. And he said, I'm going to get this lion." He was able to outsmart the lion, and he killed the lion. So he took the skin of the lion and he stuffed the lion, and he made it true to life, and he put the lion in front of his door. So all the animals, first the cat and the dog it's a ferocious lion, and looked true to life. So they were all very scared. He had the lion in front of his door, and all the animals would come and bow down to the king of the animals. But there was a foxy fox that something's wrong. This lion doesn't even blink. But the fort was scared. So the fox gave him a kleine schlep by the tail. Lion doesn't respond. So I give another schlep. The fox realizes that it's a fake lion. Jumps on the lion and rips it apart. The other animals jump in the party. There's nothing left besides a pile of hay. Nice story.
Yeah.
He says, "Yeah, nice story." And he goes away. This guy's crazy. Oh, he says, "I want to tell you one more story. I want to tell you one more story." Says the Melech. There was once a man. He was a beggar. He was so poor. He hardly had food to eat. And then he bought a lottery ticket and he won a lot of money. He became rich overnight. Now he's a rich man, so he wants to. So first thing, buys a beautiful house. And nice to have nice begodim. So he called a tailor. That is not a schlepper. He's not going to buy secondhand stuff, schmatas in the market. He's buying it. He's buying begodim. Tailor comes, brings the best material, measures him, comes back a day or two later, and the Nayavir, she wants to make sure that it's actually fitted. And the guy gets it. He never went to tailor. By the way, he had the ripped clothing he bought in the marketplace. So you buy it from a bag, from a stinky bag. He thought that this guy is insulting him. He's pulling. He's going like this. He's going like this. He says, "Michigan, who you? I'm the Gvir in Shtetl. You're pulling me? You machst choizer? Get out of here!" Kicks him out of his house. Shayna Meister says in Melech. So this guy thinks this guy's nuts. He goes back. It's before Shabbos. Says, "I'd love to leave this place, but it's before Shabbos. What am I gonna do? I'm stuck in Lezhensk for Shabbos." And he starts thinking to himself, one second, maybe the story Taka was it Taka? He's thinking to himself, maybe he's right. Maybe he's the tailor. Maybe he's the tailor, and I'm the Gvir. And he's trying to a little bit, help me out. But I'm so arrogant that if he gives a little pull over here and a little pull over here, and I'm getting so fachepet that I can't take, but really he's trying to say that he wants to put a nice suit onto me, and I'm not taking it. And maybe the first story also is Gehata Klep, that I'm looking like the big lion, the große Talmud Chacham with the Kloisenbrot. But sometimes the lion could be it's empty. It's only stuffed up with a whole bunch of it's not lebedik. It's static. The Torah has to be lebedik. When a Yid learns Pnimius HaTorah, then instead of being static, a Yid is lebedik. But a Yid has to be lebedik, and maybe that's what the Melech of Lezhensk was trying to tell me. And that's what the Chassidim said. Wow. And by the time Shabbos came in, he came to the Beis Medrash. So totally new. His heart opened up. By the time Shabbos was done, he became one of the Talmidim of the Melech Lezhensk.
Oh,
So Matan Torah, they shall helfen that we shouldn't be the lion that's stoic. That's Alter Rebbe had chosed, Alter Rebbe's chosed that the Moshe Vilenki had a brother. First name, he would say that a chosed is nishkem pot He's not a portrait. Chosed is dynamic. So this week is Aseres Adibris. It's Kechadoshim, Doshim. Maybe shall helfen that we should be Makabel Torah this way.
amen. That should go. That should go.
We have 6 who haven't davened.
I daven, but I can answer.
We have a lot of which we're going to need almost everyone's at stake for the opinion at least.
Yeah, please.
Yes, he's taking 50 minutes.